Hey yogis, I'm back, and today we are going to be working on some handstand drills that you can do at the top of the mat or against the wall. And sometimes when we do stuff from the top of the mat as opposed to jumping from the back of the mat to the front of the mat, the alignment is already there for you, so it becomes a lot easier in terms of getting the alignment straight up and down. As usual, we do these. I had somebody the other day, we did a headstand drill, and when I was teaching how to get into headstand, which was just a drill, somebody had asked to put up some information on how to get into handstand. So we are going to do everything today at the top of our mat. So I have my mat sideways, but if you want to find a space wherever you are, and you want to have a wall behind you, because that way you have the stability there just in case you have too much momentum and you go up and over. So the first thing that we want to work on is just stretching our wrists. So take the fingertips out in front and pull the fingertips back. So that way you're really working into the wrists. The intention behind this is to just work on trying to find stability in your upside down work. And then go ahead and take the other hand, bring the fingertips forward, pressing into the wrist. Take the hands overhead, flip the palms upside down, draw the shoulders down your back. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the hands behind you, pull the shoulders deep into the back. So once again, one of the things that is very tricky when you are doing any type of handstand, before you even learn how to hold a handstand, you should be working these tips and drills for months. And then eventually, once you learn how to hold, then the work becomes holding the handstand and playing around with different things in that handstand. We're going to articulate the spine a little bit. So coming onto your mat, coming to all fours, you can take the fingertips to the edges of the mat like this, or you can turn them completely around backwards. Inhale, dip the belly, arch the back. Press the heart forward, maybe gaze up. And then exhale, push the floor away and around over the other back. And again, inhale, dip the belly, arch the back, press the heart forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So go ahead and pedal and move through those feet, just work into those calves. Maybe shift the heels from side to side, stretching into the side bodies. And anytime you do any handstand work, you want to be completely warm. So doing a couple Surya Namaskars would help. Even just coming through, rounding forward into plank, back into down dog. Or you can add in that chaturanga. Inhale, round forward to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Scoot it through, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So go ahead and do that a few more times. Warming up the head, neck, and shoulders, warming up the upper body, and then getting ready to do the work, the drills. I want you to be able to see the bottom portion of my mat. So then we're going to come to the top of the mat. I'm going to face you, but you're going to go ahead and face the top of the mat and come into a malasana yogi squat. So we're going to work 2 drills today. So malasana yogi squat, turn the toes out, the heels come in, take your hands to heart center, use the elbows to press those knees open. So the first set of drills that we're going to do today are going to be shackti kicks with the knees right into the chest. So we're coming from the ground and we're kicking up. So when we're close to the ground, we don't have that far to go when we're kicking up. It's not like you have when you go from the back of the mat to the front of the mat, where you have so much distance from one space to the next. When we're going from the top of the mat and we're coming down in a squat position, and then we're lifting up and jumping into that, it's basically a squat, but on our hands. So we're going from one and then going onto our hands. So we're going to do that several times. So the key pieces here, you're starting from a squat position. So you're coming onto the toes, the hands are going to come in front of you. So the thing that you want to remember is that when you are coming forward, you're going to separate the knees a little bit and lift the hips slightly, like you're going to charge the front of your mat. So the knees are already connected to the chest here. So what you want to do, and I'm doing it sideways so that you can see, and then I'm going to take it to the wall and show you how to do it on the wall. But if you watch my shoulders right here, as soon as I shift forward, shoulders are over wrists. The shoulders want to be a little bit past the wrists, almost over the fingertips when you are hopping. So if you start from that starting position, you may be able to hold the jump. The elbows need to stay locked. So I already showed you where the shoulders need to be. The elbows stay locked. You want to gaze out in front of you. You don't want to gaze down, and you don't want to gaze backwards. You want to gaze out. And then you want to exhale completely and hop once you've exhaled. And then the last thing is you want to tuck the tailbone slightly under. So when you are taking that hop from the side, you tuck the tailbone slightly under so it really engages that low belly here. And then the knees and the tops of your thighs are going to be all the way into your chest. So it looks like this. Starting position, like you're going to charge forward. And that's all you're doing, okay? So the reason why I wasn't talking when I hopped is because I wanted to exhale and hold. Hold the exhale, and then if you can maintain the hold, then that's when you start your normal Ujjayi pranayama breath. So lift, shift, hop, and come down. If you don't have the hop and hold, I'll do it one more time and then I'll take it to the wall. If you don't have the hop and hold, then you definitely want to do it on the wall. If you don't have a proper fallout that's safe, you want to do it on the wall. If you're not afraid of falling and you have a proper fallout, then you can do it off the wall, okay? So once again, squat position. Hands come out in front of you. You want your shoulders directly over your wrists to start. So the width of your hands depends on how comfortable you are. For me, when I first started doing handstands, I had a real narrow stance. And then when I started widening the stance a little bit of my hands, I take them just outside my shoulders, I feel a little bit better in the hold. Okay, so here we are again. So from here, find your stance first. Lift the hips slightly. Shift the shoulders past the fingertips. Here's your starting point. The knees are already into the chest. Exhale completely. Take a couple hops. If you find the hold, try to find the hold and hold for as long as you can. And that would be the proper fallout. So see, I'm human. I almost landed on my doggy here. I did wake her up from her nap. But she's right back down, so she's really not bothered by this whole thing. So showing you at the wall. So here's your wall behind you. If you're afraid of the fallout, you're doing the same thing. I realize my back is to you, but you want to do this over and over again. But at least you have the wall. You're going to go real close to the wall. You're going to shift, lift, and then you have the wall there if you need to tap the toes. You can even come off the wall and then try to take the knees into the chest and hold. Come off the wall knees to chest, and hold. And then come down. So the wall can be a really helpful tool when you're trying these. So once again, I want you to do 10 to 20 of those. You're going to strengthen the wrists, you're going to strengthen the shoulders, and you're going to start to work on that hold. Drill number 2. Remember that malasana we were in? We're actually going to go from malasana this time and add our hops. So from here, there are 2 ways. Coming from the ground up, again, you have the alignment. You're going to lift a little bit, shift forward, and then hop. You can hop just like this with malasana legs, or you can hop into a straddle. Your choice. I'll show you both ways. So from the top of the mat, knees are out, heels are in, hands come down, shoulders over wrists, lift the hips slightly, shift forward. You're already in that malasana position. And come down. So the legs are open this time. See what feels better for you. Lift up slightly, shift forward, let go of the exhale. Try to hold for as long as you can. And then slowly return. Okay, so that's your malasana hop. If you want to do it at the wall, same thing. You have the wall as your support. Shift, lift, shift, hop. If you need, the wall's behind you. You can come off the wall, one leg at a time. Keep the shoulders shifting forward and work the hold. Last option from malasana. If you want to work straddle hops, I love doing these. Not only does it get my heart rate up, so I'm getting a little bit of a workout here, but they're fun. I mean, this is all fun. Once you're working on handstands, it's all fun. Okay, so from our malasana, I have to do it sideways here because my legs are going to go out. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to lift the hips slightly, then you're going to shift the shoulders forward, and you're going to work into hopping into a full straddle. Okay, those are a little harder to hold because your legs are out and then you have to counterbalance there. So I'm going to show you the hop, drill, and then I am going to fluidly go into it and try to stick it. So every day is different, our bodies are different, it depends on what we did the night before, how we're feeling that day. And that's why we call them drills and we call it a journey because it's a continuous work in progress. Plant the hands, make sure their shoulder distance are just outside. Lift slightly, come up on the toes, like almost like you're going into crow pose. So lift the hips, shift the weight forward, hop with straight legs. That's it. Shift, lift, hop. So if you don't want to shift and lift and you want to go right into the hop, you can do it from the ground. I wanted to slow it down to show you the process, but you can also go right from the ground, press and lift. You can work that straddle hop. You can come up to full handstand. You can work this as many times as you need. Press, shift, up, working those handstand hops. So once again, if you can shift forward and catch the hold in that straddle, then really engage, pull everything up and in. I'll try it. So you try to engage the hold. Keep shifting the shoulders forward. And come back down to malasana. So, we've got some work to do. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following along with me together. we will build a solid handstand practice. Namaste, y'all. Thank you.